Good morning, evening, or afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Wynn, and today we are continuing on with... You probably guessed it by what you're seeing on the screen, or by the way that I've introduced this. I mean, how often is it that... Actually, never mind, don't answer that, because I do have a couple more series coming up. At any rate, we are Tibet, we are westernizing, and we need to brace ourselves for the upcoming westernization splinter groups in Tibet, and there are going to be several splinter groups. Now, in order for westernization to finish, we need this bar up here to finish, and we gain plus 30 progress to it each month, and the amount that we need is 3200. We currently have 121. We expect to be done in... Oh, okay, so that's not so bad, about 8 years. But do not think that that's going to be exactly 8 years will be done. I'm going to assume the worst and say that we're probably going to be done in about maybe 11-12 years. Did I just say 80 years before? If so, I apologize for that. Please do know that I actually meant 8 years. At any rate, we are also colonizing down here. And some of you may actually be laughing at me because I am playing as Tibet. And I chose the idea to get expansion ideas, when clearly there are a whole bunch of other ideas that we are capable of getting that might suit us better. Even religious ideas would be better for us than expansion. But hey, what can I say, I like to break the mold, at least some of the time. Now, between episodes I did send a diplomat to go and improve relations in Delhi, and that was about it. I decided it wasn't too important for me to show you guys, but I decided to tell you anyway. So, let's take a look. Russia still being Russia, still expanding across not northern Europe, still expanding across Siberia up here. Japan are probably going to be the first ones that they attack. Either that or, no, maybe Manchu. They could always attack the Oirat horde as well. But hey, you never know what's going to happen. You can't really predict the future. You can take a good guess at it, but the future always ends up a little bit different to how you expect it. Unless you're one of those people who that doesn't happen for. In any case, let us unpause. Now we are losing 5.3 ducats a month, and that's because of this guy. I do wonder, and I actually wanted to test this on camera, if I disband him, will my colonists still be here in Cinder? So let's kick him. Yes, I want to sack that guy. Our colonist is still here. Okay, he's just going to stay here. So basically we've temporarily boosted our colonial range to enough so that we can send our colonist here. And now that he's here, he kind of can't get back too easily. I mean, in terms of game mechanics, we can just recall him and we won't be able to send him back out again. But I like to imagine that we've trapped him here. Anyway, foreign plots, let's see, we gain ducats and lose Republican tradition. Yes, sure. I'd much rather that than lose the stability. I really don't want that event that comes up. There is actually an event that comes up in the game that only happens when you're at 3 stability, and it gets rid of all 3 of your positive stability. I really don't want that to happen to me. So, for now, we are going to gain 1 revolt risk in Chittagong. Okay. For now, we're just going to save all of our power. Our monarch power up here. And in fact, we're going to be losing admin tech points first. That's because we spent most of our admin points on improving our stability. This is the only time where I'd much rather lose the stability. Because it says lose westernization progress, and we don't want that. We want to be done with westernization as soon as possible. And of course, because our powers are being drained, we can't save up enough to increase our stability, so we have to rely on events. And more than likely, the events that pop up revolving our stability, or revolving around our stability, will be ones that impact it negatively. Oh wow, take a look at this! Spain has colonized Taiwan. That is so ahistoric. Wow, I can't believe that. Oh, by the way, if you're diligent and you've noticed in the map in the bottom, we've discovered the Gulf of Alaska, that's somewhat relevant to what I'm about to talk about. We kind of discovered America before the last episode. Yeah, I have no idea. I think one of our Tibetan, like, government guys came back and said, "Hey guys, look what I found! I found America!" So there's that. Newfoundland is actually pretty well on its way to being done. In fact, it is an English colony. I think it's an English colony. It has the Great British flag there. I do wonder, isn't Newfoundland historically a French colony? I'm not too sure, because normally in Europa Universalis IV, in this game, normally it is the English who go up and colonize, or sorry, the Great British. I don't want to isolate our Scottish companions up here, or the Welsh companions down here. And before you ask, yes, I do actually exist within Great Britain, if you want to get technical. At any rate, the Ottomans are doing their best at spreading out. That looks very good, in fact. So we have a term is up. You know, I am tempted to click keep him. Why am I doing this? Because it'll give us extra gain to our points per month. And that means we improve our westernization progress faster, so yes, let's keep him for now. I know this will reduce our Republican tradition, but I have more pressing matters to attend to. So the Oirat Horde declared war on Chagatai. Are you going to call us into it? You know, I wouldn't be against being called into it, but don't expect me to offer my troops. Okay, so either have 2 noble regiments rise up in Ustang, which is somewhere up here, yep, there it is, or we can accept their demands and lose westernization progress. I think I know what I'm doing. So I'm going to click this, give this guy a leader, and then send him up to Ustang, and then we're going to unpause and then click spawn these rebels. So that's what we're going to do. That way, when they spawn, they'll be right on top of our 10 dudes over here with a pretty competent general. Ignore their demands. There we go, that is probably the most foolish decision of your rebellious lives. And it indeed was. You are now completely dead, stupid rebels. Shipbuilding boom, we gain shipbuilding time -20. That could be good for us. In fact, we might as well build a couple more ships. We have 10 light ships, and we can build 3 more ships. We could also build some heavy carracks, or maybe even some cogs. Well, heavy carracks are more for war, and the reason why I don't build any galleys is because we don't have any inland sea. If you're not aware, galleys are also warships like heavy carracks, but they perform better in inland seas. We are currently in between. Man, I forgot the name of this place again. I apologize for anybody who is from India, but I just completely forget the name sometimes. That's fine. Have I ever told you about the time that I thought the Czech Republic was in Northern Ireland? I probably haven't. And yes, that did actually happen. I was sitting in French class one day. This was quite a while ago when I was still in high school. I was sitting in French class one day, and I turned around to my friend who I was sitting next to and said, "Hey, isn't the Czech Republic in Northern Ireland?" And the look he gave me. It was just, dude, are you deficient in the head or something? Yeah, that was... I am oddly proud of that moment, to be honest. I have no idea why. I just find it like one of the crowning features of my past that I quite enjoy thinking about, just that one memory. I mean, there are other memories as well, but I'll probably share them at a later date. In the meantime, we have to worry about rebels spawning in Tibet and our country collapsing on ourselves. Let's see, we can gain 21 manpower or lose 60 ducats and gain 42 manpower. Sure, let's lose the ducats. Manpower, as far as I can tell, well, in certain provinces, this number never actually decreases, I don't think. In fact, we might want to go and convert this province. I just noticed that because it's not an accepted culture, we have a negative penalty to our, well, a negative modifier to our manpower in this province. Okay, so peasants resist westernization, either lose westernization, no, or gain revolt risk and have a debuff applied to the local tax modifier in Baiji Raja. Okay, sure, go ahead. What is the revolt risk here now? 0.0. You know why we are having such a good time with Revolt Risk? Not only are we at 2 stability, but I also have player bonuses on. Why have I done this? I mentioned this in an episode before, but I will repeat it in case you're either joining me for the first time or you don't want to watch the previous episode because of the horrible audio quality. But I am still relatively new to the game. I would much rather play with player bonuses on and play as a difficult country than to play with AI bonuses on and player bonuses off and play as a difficult country. This is part of my learning curve towards the game. Towards learning the game, at least. Now Spain over here, they're still not doing anything. They've invaded into India and they've just left India alone. This might be a good time to go and improve relations with them, in fact. What are our diplomats doing? Annexing Ayutthaya and improving relations in Delhi. Okay, how far along are you in the annexation? 75%. Why is this colonist at 0%? What is going on? Growth 20 per year. Okay. Colonists here have a 1% chance of attracting extra settlers. Okay. Surely that's not 0% done. Colonists can... Okay, what if I... How do I add extra things to this outliner here? I have no idea. So what is this? Lose another point of stability? Sure, why not? I mean, it's not like I had any choice, well, any viable choice in the matter, considering what my goals of, what my current goal is, and that is to westernize as soon as possible. We are about a third of the way there. Okay, we are 37.84% of the way there to be exact. We will eventually get this done. In fact, I'm going to buff the speed up to speed 5, and might as well go and take a look around, see what's happening. Okay, Sean's royal marriage has ended. We're just going to accept that. They're going to send us an offer. I'm going to accept that. Zhou over here are getting wrecked by Zhou peasants. Ming still has a whole bunch of peasants. How is Ming's army doing? Ming is... 2,500 men. Okay. We have 48,000 men. We can actually hire 2 more guys if we so choose to. So Ming, you have fallen from grace. Okay, recall the guy from Spain. This is going to take him 130 days even though Spain lives right here. To be honest, they actually have their capital all the way over here, so I can understand why it takes them so long. In fact, considering it takes them 100 days to get from Spain to Tibet in the year 1626, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so we have successfully integrated Ayutthaya. This means our glorious nation has increased in size. Yep, we might need to disband a couple of men. In fact, we need to disband 3 men. So let's go 1, 2, 3, select you, disband you, and done. Oh, and take a look at this. We now have 1,000 ducats. You know what this means, right? You remember that one building that I said I really, really wanted to get? Yes, this thing, the embassy. We can now build it. And where better a place to build such an important building than in the capital, down here in Gorda. It would have actually looked quite nicer if... It would have actually looked quite nicer if we put it like atop the plateau, and then overlooking down into the Indian continent. That would have been pretty good, but Ustang is a terrible county. So terrible. Okay, we have our vassal who's attacking these dudes. They lost, but we fortunately had some extra men there. And seriously, this colony isn't progressing. Oh, okay, it's now at 129 men. 131 it should be, yep. That's good. So this colony is progressing. So even though I disbanded that guy from our advisor slot, we can still have progress happening here. And take a look at our manpower. We are at 44,000, nearly 45,000 by the time the sentence likely ends. What do you know? So the Oiratord are still punting Chagatai around everywhere. So Pegu's opinion of Tibet decreases. Sure, why not? We are probably going to go and attack Pegu sometime soon. Let's see, do they have any important center of trade provinces? What is this? No, that's not what I'm looking for. No, no, but they do have a bunch of spice provinces. And spice is pretty expensive, 7.3. Oh dude, you guys couldn't pick the worst place to spawn, could you? Let's see, spice is at how much? 7.03. Wool is at about 2. Cloth is at about 3. Let's take a look at the trade goods map mode. Trade goods. Okay. How much are naval supplies? 2.1. We do have a decent amount of spices. So we might want to go and fabricate a couple of claims on Pegu. We do have 3 diplomats available, so this isn't going to be like... It's not as if we have a lack of people in order to go and do stuff with. Why didn't we also go and fabricate a couple of claims on Malwa? And hey, we might as well send another dude over here to Ming to fabricate a claim. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ming aren't going to recover from this anytime soon. So, hey, gives us a reason to attack them at a later date. Oh, and Persia are embargoing us. That's very nice of you, Persia. Just what I wanted for Christmas. Or New Year, actually. My prince, we have been informed that our agent in Mandu has been discovered. Oh well, I don't care. So it looks like Malwa is pulling... Wow, that is so much trade. Why are you so powerful? Malwa is pulling 12.5 ducats away, and Persia is pulling 2.38. Well, you know what, Persia? I am not going to deal with any of your problems, so I am going to cause another problem for you. I am going to embargo you. That should decrease your trade power over here. Yep, there we go. You used to be applying 2 point whatever power, but now you're only pulling 1.5. Okay, so either lose 2 stability, which we don't want, or we lose 1 stability and we have to pay a couple of ducats. Why not? Now we're at +0. And, okay, native assimilation in down here. What is this province called? Sunda? Sunda. Or Sunda. I don't know how it's even pronounced. Now, it might be a good idea to get a decent foothold in Malacca, because look at how many trade nodes actually move into Malacca. So if we gain a foothold, if we gain like superiority over here in Malacca, that would be pretty good. And now we are finally in negative stability. August 1628, Tibet falls into negative stability. Now what does that actually mean for the country? Well, revolt risks are likely to happen. But really, in real life, you don't say, oh look, America has lost stability. I mean, that'll be a pretty crude headline. At any rate, gain inflation or national tax modifier until 1633. Well, that's about 5 years away. Let's just gain the inflation, why not? We are at 1.38 inflation. Okay, let's have Malwa hate us even more. And we lose some morale of armies. That's not too much of a problem. Mainly because we're not going to go and declare war on anyone. Instead, we're just moving around, putting down peasants. And take a look at our power. We're at 0 admin and 0 diplo. So when is westernization going to be finished? It is now going to be finished in 1633. So in 4 years. Okay, I can kind of cope with that. On speed 5 it'll be like close your eyes and hey, it's 1633 already. No, actually it's not. This discovery of Tape or Tape. I'd like to pronounce it Tape. So yeah, we haven't actually checked really much in America to see what's happening. France has colonized, wow, quite a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 provinces. Why has this not become a colonial nation? Are you just... Is it just because you don't... No, you have all the provinces in colonial Mexico. Normally if you have 5 provinces in a certain country, or in a certain colonial region, it'll form to become a colonial nation, but France apparently not. Maybe because Portuguese Mexico exists? We have converted Bihar, okay. They tell us of civil war in Venice. Sure, like that's going to impact us overly much. It's not like we really care what's going on in Venice. Oh, and take a look at that. Venice? They have actually lost Venezia. That is a little bit hilarious, in fact. The capital of Venice is no longer in Venice. I guess that's pretty much the same as, like, the capital of Malwa isn't Malwa, it's Mandu. I wonder if there's any countries currently that are like that. They have a country named after a county in their country, but that county is not their capital. One thing that I do find interesting, modern-day Turkey. You know where Greece is, right? I mean, Greece is pretty much all this. And in Crusader Kings 2, at least, de jure Greece also includes Constantinople, and even this province over here, I believe. I could be wrong about that. But yes, pretty much this area is what I would call de jure Greece. But in modern-day Turkey, they do have Constantinople as part of their country, and Greece is pretty much the border that you expect from Greece, except they don't have Constantinople or Izmit, or sorry, Istanbul. But the funny thing is, the capital of Turkey is not Izmit. No, it's not Constantinople or Istanbul. It's like, why the heck not? I mean, this county has been fought over for many years. It's been the seat of several empires, including the empire that Turkey came from. Why is it not a capital? Why is it not the capital? No, instead it's Ankara or somewhere. I hope I really don't sound insensitive. Or maybe it's Izmir or Izmit. To be honest, I'm not really too familiar with Turkey. I just know that their capital is not Istanbul. At any rate, I do believe that will be it for this episode. I thank you guys for watching me and listening to me and bearing with me. I will see you next time. Take care.